Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, the organized labor on Sunday insisted that the indefinite strike will begin today as planned, following the federal government's refusal to increase the minimum wage above 60,000 naira. Labor, which is demanding 494,000 naira, said this in Abuja last night after a 3-hour meeting, about close to 4 hours, with the National Assembly leadership and top officials of the executive arm of government. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, Joe Ajaero, and his Trade Union Congress, the TUC counterpart, Festus Osifo, led members of their national executives to the meeting, which was presided over by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin. The meeting was attended by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu. The President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, and his Trade Union Congress counterpart, Festus Osifo, led of course, by the members of this executive, also made their complaints about the situation happening. Now, addressing journalists after the meeting, Osifo said, despite the appeal by the Senate President, the strike would commence today while the Labour discuss with its various organs. The Labour are also demanding the reversal of the recent increment of the electricity tariff, among other things, of course, and these are the things that we'll be talking about on our phone-in segment. Want to hear your view on the current strike and the way forward. So the numbers would be displayed on your TV screen. You can reach any of the numbers and call us. Let's hear your take on this particular situation. Now, this has been something that's been ongoing for the longest time. Since the assumption of office of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after he making mention of the fact that subsidy is gone, and we started feeling the ripple effects and the impact of this decision, people started pushing at the LS to at least there should be a minimum wage increase. And it took months, for them to even organize the tripartite committee that would be in charge of all of this. All right, we have our first caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Chamberlain Weke.
Where are you calling us from, please?
My name is Chamberlain Weke from Port Harcourt.
Oh, from Port Harcourt.
University of Port Harcourt, precisely, yes.
Okay, what's happening in Port Harcourt? Go ahead with your take.
Yeah, Port Harcourt is actually gearing up for the strike. We are fully in support of Labour, completely in support of Labour, because I think the federal government is not being sincere in this matter. And at this very minute, is it when the federal government knows that they are going to call all their machineries to come and start this Labour, for Labour to stop what that will benefit the masses? No, it's very wrong. What have they been doing all this while? That they allow this thing to linger up to date. They have all these persons. They have the senators, they have the House of Rep members, and all of that. Why have they not called Labour to say, okay, Labour, this is what the government is standing for? Can't we just come to terms in this figure? They never did that. Not until yesterday. All of them are running to stop Labour, and we say it will not happen. The strike must go on. Now, my question is: the federal government, have they really taken time to look at what the masses are really passing through? Have they gone to the market to see what is happening in the market? And my question is again: why is it that we are not having press conference in this country again? That where we will call these senators, all these House of Rep members, and the ministers to come and ask them questions if they are aware of what is happening in the market. Now, the minister yesterday or when was addressing Nigerians and telling us they have increased it to 100%, the minimum wage to 100%. And my worry is some of us or some Nigerians don't even understand this matter and this logic. This thing is just 30%. That's 30,000 naira that they raised. And what is 30,000 naira? And me, as an economist, I have described the former 30,000 naira as erosion control or erosion swipe minimum wage, because it has been taken care of. Inflation erosion have taken care of that former 30,000 naira. And what they just added is just 30,000 naira. And what is 30,000 compared to what is happening in the market today? These are the questions that they need to be asked. They should call them. They have to be a press conference where these persons or these government machineries should be asked questions. I don't think these people know what is happening. If they know what is happening, what Labour is demanding, though, to my own, I know that Labour will shift ground anyway. But coming up to tell Nigeria that they're going to pay us 30,000 naira is out of it completely. So I'm in support of Labour's strike. Let it go on. Let them come down and tell us what is reasonable. If they refuse to tell us what is reasonable, then the strike must go on.
Yeah.
This is my take this morning.
Once
again, my name is Kimberly, waking from Port Harcourt, River State. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling us, Chevalier, and sharing your take. Of course, I mean, they've been pushed off at least the government coming down to the people, because let's be honest, if you're not in a position, I mean, you would definitely not know what people are going through. So I understand what, of course, our last caller was saying. But the government, I don't think the government are willing to give press conference at this point, because if there is one thing, even though they're not aware of how the people are suffering, or they might not be aware, they are definitely aware of how angry, or tired Nigerians are at the moment. And giving that kind of press conference would be like them just sentencing themselves to more brunt of the situation. But when it comes to the negotiations so far, it does not only involve the federal government or the government in general. There is also don't forget, we have the private entities that have also been feeling the brunt of the economy as well. So paying someone, demand of the labor union would also put this other business owners in jeopardy. All right, we have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Ade calling from London.
Thank you for joining us, Ade.
My pleasure. My comment about this issue is this. The federal government, I'm not happy with the federal government, because they're taking this thing lightly. Workers deserve their wages. At least they should make it 120,000 for the minimum wage. Then there should be incentive. Maybe every 3 months, every worker goes on with 25 kilo rice. I mean, something to cushion the effect. Since the transportation system is not ready yet for the CNG, that workers can board the bus almost for 10% price or whatever.
No, I think it's ready anyways. The federal government have been making announcement that it's ready. I mean, you can get your conversion of your car from Abuja, Ogun State, Lagos State, I think, and Port Harcourt. So it's ready.
What I'm saying is that if they have the buses out, all workers, federal government and state government, they should be paying like 30% instead of 100%. If the bus fare is 100 naira, they should be paying 30 naira. All those incentives are very, very important. You understand? In order to pushing the effect of the workers. Because people are suffering. You see, they should pay them their money. People are embezzling 100 billion or to 200 billion. Nothing happened. So the poor people, they deserve their wages. Me, I'm not happy because the government is losing now with this strike. They can fly. I have a friend now at the airport. He's got stuck there. Economy of Nigeria is going. They are losing billions. You see, how long are they going to do this for?
Indeed.
So I want the federal government to please solve this problem out today. Increase their salary to 120,000 and roll out incentive. Every worker 25 kilo of rice every 3 months. When you enter the CNG bus, you only pay 30%. They will be happy. And when they go to hospital, they will have something. Please, God will help Nigeria.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Ade, for that take as well. A really beautiful one. I mean, this is the first time that I'm seeing someone pushing for 120, because Nigerians have, their heart is a bit broken, and at this point, they're even wishing at least give us 100,000. Let's see how it works. But yeah, it's a known fact that people are suffering. Like, you need to go to hospital to listen and see a lot of people facing situations, and it's all because of the pressure of the hardship in the economy, and it's not really looking good for Nigerians at the moment. And people feel, just like the labor union, that the government are taking this too lightly, what people are going through, especially when it comes to the negotiation of the minimum wage. It's taken way longer than expected. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
The first is calling from Omok now. Presently.
Please, can you speak a bit louder? I can barely hear you.
So the Festus calling from Ahoda.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Mr. Festus. Go ahead.
In this country now, for me, I'm planning to live in this country now.
You're planning to leave the country?
Yes, once and for all, because...
What happened to In Brotherhood We Shall Stand, our new national anthem?
What of you people, Nigeria was supposed to change to make... You said what?
I said, what happened to In Brotherhood We Shall Stand, just like our new national anthem?
When you are hunger and you are changing of national anthem, what's the meaning of that?
We're just losing...
A hungry lion cannot walk with human being. Nigeria now is kaput. Yeah, you get me?
Yes.
No more. Let's change the name. We are waiting for them to change name of Nigeria, not to call Nigeria hardship country.
No, come on. We cannot lose hope on our country. This is the only country we have.
Yes, for me, I deny this country because this is Nigeria that I'm proud of it. Yes, changing of national anthem, change the name of Nigeria. Let's head of another name, either Sodom, Mogora, or hardship country. That is what we are waiting for, because it remains just a bit to eat your fellow human being. Just a bit. What Nigeria have training now is hardship, criminals, and the terrorists, and everything. A custard of a gare is 5,000. When a woman being cannot offer 2,000 naira a day, what is the meaning of that? Eh? What is as me now? I meet some people that have 10 children, including a wife and a husband. Why did I live? When others are buying a car of 100 million, 700 million. God is watching you. You eat pepper soup or you eat a goosey soup, you must go down. That is the way I love God. God is watching. God is watching. God is watching.
Yeah.
See our president now. He said Nigeria will renew Nigeria. And he will renew hunger, will renew death, will renew hardship.
It's really a really sad situation.
Hardship. Nigeria now is kaput. Look at the children. To bought a biscuit of 20 naira, 200 naira to go to school. No way. Children are macheting. Nobody.
So, all right, Festus, with all of this happening, what do you think is the way forward?
Let Nigeria put head together. God is watching and lowers the pump of the fuel price. That is the problem we are having. Fuel.
Yeah.
3 seed of Maggi is 50 naira. 3 seed of Maggi is 50 naira. My sister, it remains small to a woman being to chop woman being. It's a shameless country. It's a shameless country.
Okay.
Shame.
I understand your frustration, and I know that what you're complaining about is something that is echoed in every part of the country. But at the end of the day, we have to be patriotic. We cannot lose hope on our own country just because of few entities that are not really patriotic. If all of us decide to go that route, then of course Nigeria would be in shambles. So we have to just keep our faith stronger. The mass media is always here, of course, to give an opportunity to hold these people accountable and also give space for Nigerians, just like we are giving for at least you to hear your talk. So we appreciate you calling in, Mr. Festus, to share your take on this particular situation. And we just have to keep pushing because the country cannot go on like this. So go ahead, call the numbers on the TV screen. Let's hear from you on this particular situation of the labor union going on indefinite strike while there's still negotiation. And let's not forget the Attorney General released a statement, and he released a letter at this point. I think the statement was too lengthy. There was points, logical, legal terms, and pointing out sections upon sections that the labor union are overriding, saying that the labor union, should not even go on a strike in the middle of negotiations and all of that. So let's hear your take on all of that matter. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
This is Lois Jeremiah calling from Adamawa.
It's good to have you from Adamawa. Go ahead. Is Adamawa people on strike?
Yes. Definitely. Everywhere is shut down. So this country is at the brink. Sorry to say this, but it's at the brink of breaking down. But this is not what we are praying for. We still have hope in Nigeria because this is our own fatherland. No matter what happens, it still remains our own land. So when you go to the market, you can't buy. Imagine your earnings 50,000 naira as a salary, but 50,000 naira cannot buy a bag of maize or a bag of rice in the market, which is very, very bad. The federal government should please see to this situation. Is something that, oh God, everywhere, everybody is suffering. I was watching the comments from the other person that just dropped. He was so lamenting. When he started lamenting, I was laughing at him, but at the tail end, I became so emotional and I started shedding tears.
Of course.
It's so frustrating and it's very, very bad. If at all the price of food will go down, I think even the 30,000 naira is okay. If the price of food should go down, we are earning less than that one, but the price of food are okay, and there was no complaining. Then why can't that still happen? Sometimes when I see that, I just start thinking, why can't we go back to the past and see how things? You can use 200 naira and make a pot of soup. That was best, but now 200 naira cannot even buy a gari, which is very, very bad. We pray for the betterment of this country.
So in this negotiation with the federal government, how much are you hoping the government should, pass for the minimum wage?
The negotiation with the federal government, the 100,000 is okay for us. 100,000 naira is okay. 100,000 naira is okay, at least. They should see to this situation.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll just have to wait and see how that negotiation pans out and how quick it is, because at this point, that is what the labor union are pushing for the quickness. There was a period, say in the month of March or to April, at the ending of March, and there was so much hope that everything was going to change, at least for the better. But then all of a sudden, it plunged deeper and things became even more worse. Now prices of things are not only 100% increase, but over even 200% increase. People are not consuming, tomatoes. And that is something that is basic. These are things Nigerians are known for using tomatoes for virtually almost everything. Even when you're eating swallow, there is a side of stew that has been made in order to add to all of this. And people are not really purchasing. I've had conversation with someone saying they cannot even buy pepper because if they decide to purchase pepper, then that means they are forgoing other food stuff, and you cannot eat pepper alone at home, right? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Your name and your location.
Yeah, my name is Daybreak. I'm calling from Suleja, Niger State.
It's good to have you from Suleja.
Honestly, I feel very bad in my spirit. I am not happy at all. One just has to be frank. Because we are just revolving in just one circle. The reason I'm saying this is this. By the time they raise this same money, minimum wage, that is still being debated to even any amount now, how does it even solve the problem of an average worker? I have a family of 5. Each day, I spend not less than 10,000 naira. Multiply it by 30. Averagely, that is 300,000.
Yeah.
Simple arithmetic. Now, how many work after the minimum wage, the other additions, maybe some allowances put together, we receive 300,000 naira in a month. How many? Okay, if we struggle to even this 100,000, I'm telling you that people will still suffer. The market women are waiting, increase their prices of goods and services. Things, that's why I say we are just removing within this circle. Government, fight this thing from the root cause of this whole matter. Why did you touch this fuel matter, this crude oil to this level that will begin to suffer? Go to the hospital now. People are just dying. Hardly every community, you don't hear somebody that you saw yesterday, they say this morning is not alive. He couldn't wake up from his sleep. You see people fall down and die here and there.
Yeah.
We are suffering. People are, let me tell you, if this thing is not curtailed within the next 1, 2, 3 weeks, and this strike is allowed to go on, people will start leaving this country in groan. It will be a total mess. So if the government knows what is right, they should be very serious now. Hello, I'm not just talking as one that is using the ordinary eye view to just listen. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a pastor. I know how many people come to me in church. This gone are the days that they will say, Pastor, take this. I sow seed into your life. I buy this shoe for you. I'm happy God has done this for me. I come to testify. It's not what is happening now. You meet pastor give me money. They are driving me for my house rent. I don't have food to. Yesterday, nothing to eat. I don't have transport to go to church. That is what is happening. Excuse me. These people that are at the top, are they going to the market at all? Do they know how much a motor of carry is costing? Common food that is meant for the commoners is no more common. It's no more affordable. Measure of carry 1,200 naira. Carry rice that you say has been done. There is intervention. There is this and that. Up to now, how much is the model of Gary? 2,000, rice, 2,005. A family of 5 would sit down and just finish it at that particular, just at one sitting, and it's gone. We are just living.
Indeed. Indeed, a really sad situation. Thank you so much.
I'm just sad. Anything that I just pray God will help us.
Amen. Amen. I mean, we need all the prayers at this point, but then we'll have to push with an accountability as well. Thank you so much for calling and sharing your take on the situation. I mean, why everybody keep making references to Gary is because it's one of the things that is considered for a poor man to get their hands on and eat. And then right now, the price has skyrocketed times 400 even, and it's really disheartening, the situations going on in the country. And at this point, honestly, I do not envy, and my heart goes to men of our generation, a man that has family to lead on. I mean, at the end of the day, all of these situations, it's really, really disheartening. Let's take a look at this message that we have this morning. Egwa IE is saying, it is really scary listening to callers on this show today. My advice to government is to make hay while the sun shines and bring their hardship under control before masses lose control of themselves. Indeed, government should be grateful that it is strike that is happening right now, not outbreak of anarchy. This country is becoming unlivable. Egwa IE sending that message from Lafayette. Thank you so much, Egwa. I mean, right now, I'm the one receiving this call, talking to these people, and you can feel one thing in common, which is the frustration of people. People are at the brink of losing their sanity. And yes, one caller made mention of how people just keep slumping, or you see someone today and tomorrow you wake up to the news of that person dying. And, it's because in this country, we don't really do autopsy when things happen. But if at all, say, autopsies are done, even if it's just to know the cause of death, we might be shocked as some people that do not even know they have high BP are facing could be another issue. This BP thing just arises when you're overstressed, when you're really worried and you have no solutions. The people that you can reach out to for help are also going through the same thing. But then one thing our previous caller made mention is the fact that we're going in circle. Nigerians, I think, were at least tolerating the government for a while, even though the minimum wage situation and negotiation dragged. But Nigeria were hoping that at this point the government would have at least achieved one thing out of the multiple promises that they made. At least one should be achieved. And that was why there was a bit of reluctancy even from the labor union from the beginning to say, let's see how far they've gone at least. But then nothing has been achieved so far. The electricity is awful. one of the things that the federal government are priding themselves about, of course, is the railway that is been, of course, implemented, that is being commemorated, or that will be commissioned right today, I think, and even other parts of the Federal Capital Territory. But there's still a lot of massive roads that needs to be done. It's still ongoing, but still Nigerians at this point, I don't even think Nigerians at this point bother about road right now. We're talking about security issues, which is something that people feel even when the people that have been arrested, are not really held accountable. And this is a point where I'll push for the press conference. There was a period of time where the EFCC did a press conference pushing out there saying that they caught security or insecurity financiers and all of that, but we are yet to hear exactly what happened to these people and how far these investigations have gone. All right, let's pick a call that would be the last call this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and your location.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Please tone down the volume of your TV set.
Good morning. Good morning.
Please tone down the volume of your TV and talk to me through your phone. Are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, your name and location.
Yeah, my name is Ishwaye Bernard.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Warri.
Oh, Warri. It's good to have you from Delta State. What's happening in Delta?
The strike is on. The strike is on. Everywhere is down. Everything is down, The government is... they're not sensitive of what's going on. The people are suffering, the hardship. Go to the market, the local things that, people used to have, like curry, rice, tomato. These things, they're too expensive. The suffering is getting out of hand. And the government they are insensitive about what is going on because what they are eating is free. Look at the Niger Delta. Look at what's going on. People are suffering, people mostly in the rural areas, nothing is happening. It's not, I mean, what they're doing is not right. They don't go to the market, that's why they don't know what's going on. And they need to, if it's a good government, they would have gone to the market and see what's going on in the market to see how the people are faring. This is not democracy. This is crazy demonstration. Because if it is democracy is meant for the people. If you can't take care of the people, you are just up there. When it comes to their own, they would just do it so that they will be free for them. But when it comes to the ordinary man on the street, the ordinary Nigerians, they don't care. It's not right. It's not right. I'm ashamed of what's going on. The suffering is too much.
Indeed.
The strike, I don't know, maybe it will help, I don't know, but the hardship is too much. But one thing I know properly that is causing this whole thing is it has to do with the fuel increase. Yeah.
And it's something that there's no going back on.
And they have to do something about this fuel, this issue of fuel. Look, I could remember when an NNPC was working way back. Things were not, we don't have things like vandalism that is going on today. People vandalize pipe and all that. When NNPC, they should go back to that status quo. Then they should look for those they should look for a way to block those loopholes that the area will be using where the loopholes where they steal money in such establishments. That is it. There are things they need to do. I don't believe. What they have seen is, it's disheartening. It's very poor. That is just my take.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that call.
Thank you.
If there is one thing that is, of course, being echoed is the frustration of Nigerians. And talking about the fuel, there is no going back on the removal of fuel subsidy. But then there's been promise of refineries which Nigerians are yet to receive. The federal government is yet to deliver on that promise, and definitely this is affecting it. And there is that fear of the federal government from their part now. Let's put that out there, that they're fighting and for the country not to plunge more into inflation, because just like a previous caller made mention, if at all there is an increment of this, then the market owners are out there also prying and waiting to jump on that money, and there might be another hike in prices that could be self-inflicted by Nigerians ourselves. But then with all of that being said, minimum wage would be a step forward, but then there's also other concerns that the country is been facing. total shutdown of everything. We have the national grid being off, and that was an intentional decision by the Nigerian labor unions shutting down. So there is no power supply. There is people are complying with this strike. And we will definitely subsequently bring you an update on every part of the country on how the compliance of the strike is going on so far, and we hope that the two stakeholders involved in all of this are able to come up with a better solution for Nigerians, at least before the day runs out. But hopefully, it doesn't surpass Monday. We'll just have to wait and see.